Streaming to you live from an undisclosed location deep within the bowels of the Rose City, it's Live in Portland with Chris Franklin! This week's guests are Amanda Lynn Deal, Francois, Amanda Holden, and Araj with our in-house band, Sexy Marvin. Now here's your host, Chris Franklin!
Welcome, everybody. I'm Chris Franklin, and welcome to Live in Portland.
Get out of here! What the hell is this? I've got an imposter. Thank you, Zane. If you thought that was me, you're a little bit racist. We don't all look the same. We've got a great show for you today. Welcome to Live in Portland. Welcome to my studio audience. Welcome everybody on Facebook Live. We're ready to roll. We've got a great show for you. We're gonna kick it off with this amazing comic, Amanda Lynn Deal. Come on out.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, before we get started, you have a weekly residency. Tell my audience a bit about that.
I do. I run a weekly show every Wednesday at 10 p.m. at the Funhouse Lounge called Only the Baddest, and my name is Amanda, not Amada.
Did I say Amada?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sometimes I'm on the fritz.
It's all good.
Amanda!
Yes, thanks. Live band. This is my first time on late night television, so pardon me, I might be a little nervous. My name is Amanda Lynn Deal. I got my name from my dad, who was a stoner and a musician. Thought it'd be really cute to name me after the instrument, Amanda Lynn. Amanda Lynn, I get it, yeah. My name's a dad joke, so there you go. You guys drinking beer tonight? Nice. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but something I've noticed. What the fuck is with the names of craft beer getting, like, so aggressive nowadays? You guys notice that shit? It's like Devil Dick Double IPA! Put yourself in the pussy porter! I'm like, Jesus! Trying to get a buzz, not get an abortion. Take it easy. I did used to work in a little craft beer restaurant. I was a server there, and as you guys have already seen and heard, I don't really know how to... You know what I sound like. You know what I look like. I don't know how to, like, do the server thing, because you have to have good, like, table-side manner. I don't really know how to, like, be myself and pull that shit off. I can't just walk up to a table and be like, what do you want? They'd be like, probably some better service. Fair. So I had to do this Barbie voice, and it would just click in. I'd be like, hi, my name's Amanda. I'm going to be taking care of you today. The soup today is a really nice tomato bisque. It's garnished with these adorable little grilled cheese croutons. Do you want to try a taste? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Who are you? Every fucking time in the kitchen, just losing my shit. Everyone in the back of the house was like, that bitch is nuts. Fair. I did have some awkward experiences being a server. Do you guys ever go to restaurants and you feel like the servers are judging you? Yes, absolutely. They are, 100%. I used to do this thing. I worked in the brew pub by day, did comedy at night, and just made no money doing either. Just following my dreams. I basically lived my life as like a hungover server by day and drunk comedian by night. Which is like being the most fun, but like the most disappointing superhero ever. So I was doing that, and I would judge people, like, they would walk in at 11 when we were open, and I'd be like, hi, my name's Amanda, would you like to try the craft beer today? And if they're like, no, we're good, we're just gonna have a round of Diet Cokes, I'd be like, why the fuck are you here then? Go anywhere else! But then on the flip side, if I was like, hi, my name's Amanda, and they were like, yeah, we'll take a round of beers, I'd be like, the fuck is wrong with you? It's 11 in the morning. Also, this seems like a pretty dope business meeting. Be part of this. And then it escalated. I started to judge people based on what they would order as a side dish with their cheeseburger. So we had a few options. They had fries. I was like, yeah, you're normal. Chips. I was like, wait, a fucking barbecue? Get out of here. Coleslaw. I was like, nerd alert. That's disgusting. We had a few options you could upgrade to if you're feeling fancy. We had sweet potato fries. I was like, you're high maintenance. And they were. We had a side salad. I was like, oh, you're pretending to be healthy. That's adorable. You want some more ranch with your side salad? We had onion rings. I was like, you're hungover for sure. I can smell it. We also had mac and fucking cheese. And every time, without fail, I'd be like, excuse me, did you just order a medium rare bacon and egg cheeseburger with a side of mac and cheese? Scoot over, bitch, we're on a date. Nice, killed those guys. Like, that's what I order. Yeah, dude, I had this moment. You guys know, if you're a server or if you've ever been to a restaurant and we're in earshot of a table, it's like a family setting, and there's always like the dad or the grandpa or the fucking annoying uncle who thinks he's hilarious. They're not. I had some fucking old guy who was like, why would anybody order bacon and egg on a cheeseburger? His fucking head popped off, you know. And then just like instinct Barbie voice kicked in. I was like, well, sometimes you just want to eat the whole farm. I blew my brains out at that table. Just kidding, I'm still here. Well, I got to upgrade while I was serving, and I got to be a bartender. And I was a bartender at a sports bar in Chicago. Some of you guys are like, upgrade, really? Yeah, it was a little bit of an upgrade because, like, there are some advantages being, like, a sassy, hairy, tattooed comedian at a fucking bro-y sports bar in Chicago. Because I could just be myself. I told people to fuck off to their faces. And they loved it. What the fuck is this shit? I'm like, fuck you. And he'd be like, nice, I'll see you tomorrow. Here's 20. I'm like, see you tomorrow, fucko. Like, it was so... It was the best job I ever had. I feel like I kind of missed my calling as a dominatrix, though. Like, what the fuck? What am I doing with my life? But I was just mean to these bros. They would walk in there after a game all fucking pumped up and be like, oh, shit, dude. I'll take a round of beers. We fucking won the game. Anyone who says we didn't win the fucking game, they're just fat alcoholics. Like, shut the fuck up. So they'd walk in and be like, yeah, round of beers. Oh, yeah, I'll take a beer, but, like, not in a girly glass. He said that to my face. What the fuck does that mean, not in a girly glass? Like, I don't know what kind of gender your glassware is, but one with balls will be great. You know you're drinking $6 Bud Light out of a dick bottle, right? Okay, buddy. So I would just pop over with the fucking tulip glass, put an umbrella in it, and be like, suck my dick. And walk away. And all those dudes fucking loved it. Just fucking high fives and chest bumps. And that one guy was like, yeah, she's really funny. I liked her a lot. I just wish someone would hold me. Oh man, I feel like the broiest dude in like a bro group just really wants to be the little spoon, but like doesn't know how to ask without it being gay. It's like, dude, have some tits on your back. It's dope. Don't be weird. Don't be fucking... Make this shit weird. I don't know. Toxic masculinity is one of the funniest things in the world to me. It really is. Because it's like a fucking glass house built on a foundation of bullshit. It's so fragile! And everyone always talks to me about breaking the glass ceiling. Gotta break the glass ceiling. I'm like, okay, but why is no one talking about this glass floor of toxic masculinity I keep stepping on? Like, oh, didn't call you gay. Oh, I'm stumbling. Look, I just wanna preface this. I'm not one of those feminists who hates men. I do comedy, so a lot of my friends are dudes, you know? Can't escape it. But I don't hate men, I just hate everything you're taught to be. Just stop it. Just stop it. It's fine. I'm just gonna end with that. Just stop it. I've been Amanda Lindeal. Thank you guys.
You're coming back. Amanda Lynn, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Where can my audience find you on social media?
Oh, everything at Amanda Lindeal. Lynndeal.
That's the deal.
That's
Hell
the
yeah.
deal.
Thanks for coming out. Next up, we've got a great musical guest. We're just going to cue the video. You want to get that going? Hell yeah.
On a plane in the rain, got no pride but a pain. All the same if you ask me, all that fly with no point of view. Take my heart, let me die. I'm right when I rhyme. Sorta strange if you ask me. Like this love's all I've got to lose. Safe to say, make mistakes while we are young. Of no brakes, drive all day, more speed, more fun. You're always fun. Out of my mind, pretty, so pretty. You're
Woo! How's your week been, Marvin? No doubt, spring is coming. Is that why you got all the hair out? For sure. Guys, I'm so excited for my next guest. So you just saw her music video, and I'm excited to talk to her about her career, over a decade in the game, and just changing things up. Fritzwa, come on out! Welcome on.
Thanks. I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you single? Oh, he's married.
That's not what I heard.
Alright, back to the
You talk Marvin?
I do.
That's dope.
I learned a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming on the show. I've been listening to your album all week.
Grazie.
It's on Spotify.
It is.
Man, Avenue A.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about it. Tell me about the inspirations of
Okay.
Avenue A.
Should I look at you or should I look at the people?
Everybody, just take it all in.
Okay. Well, Avenue A, I'm originally from New York City.
Mhm.
I just do this. I'll do a lot of this. So Avenue A was the name of the street that I grew up on.
Mhm.
So I figured my first album should pay homage to, the streets that made me,
Nice. So, started in New York.
Yeah.
Tell me about the transition to Portland and how you got here.
I came here to work for Nike, like a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came here and I was working in brand marketing for Nike
Okay.
for quite some time. And I've always made music on the side. I've always, played the piano and songwritten and all those things.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point where it was like, either I'm going to do this 100% or I'm going to leave it, this being work for Nike and like have a career in like the athletic industry, or like I should do this music thing. And I thought there was a window, so I jumped out the window.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now you're bouncing.
Now I'm that's the name of my new song. You did his research. Tell you, yes, now I'm bouncing.
But nice. I noticed, and this is an observation, just like this regal presence that you have in your musicianship. Like it's just this confidence that exudes. You could go from like just soulful harmony to like rap. That's just super dope. Tell me a bit about your influences and.
I think that has a lot to do with growing up in New York.
Yeah.
It's the birthplace of hip hop, and so I grew up on hip hop. But then I grew up in a household. My father was a jazz drummer, so I listened to a lot of jazz music. And then I'm also West African, so I listened to a lot of like hip life and high life growing up. And then I was also raised Roman Catholic, so I listened to a lot of like very like high pitched like regal sounding music. So I think all of those things kind of came together to make whatever it is that I make.
Yeah. So not only do you sing and rap, you're also a DJ.
I'm a DJ.
And you DJ around a few spots here in Portland.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that.
So I DJ church bar all the time, and they're like at least once a month come through, usually on Friday or Saturday. I DJ at Holocene all the time. I mean, I'm booked for random events and parties, so if you just follow my socials, you can see where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And we can find you on Spotify.
You can find me on Spotify, you can find me on SoundCloud, you can find me on Tidal, you can find me on Apple Music, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on everything.
So, how do we find you?
Just type in my name. It's Fritzwa. Fritzwa. Fritzwa.
Fritzwa.
Yep.
You're so dope.
You're
I just gotta
doper.
tell you. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for listening to me yappity flap on the show.
Sexy Marvin, take it away.
You off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah! Are you guys having fun tonight? You guys got some beers in you? I want to make a super grateful shout out to Abbey Creek Winery for sponsoring this podcast. We've got our first local sponsor, y'all. Also, Mad Hippie, a Portland skincare company. Guys, we've got so much heat behind us, and I'm just so excited for what this is becoming. My next guest, I'm so excited to bring out. She is the author of the Dumpster Dog blog. She's also a speaker. She does invested development. So Amanda Holden, come on out. Amanda.
Hi.
Hell yeah.
Hi.
This isn't the first time we've done this.
No, it isn't.
No, you were on the podcast.
I was indeed.
Yeah, the Lost in Portland podcast, for all those who don't know. We also have a podcast, so check that out on iTunes. Amanda, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be the second coolest Amanda on your show today.
So a lot has happened since we've talked last.
Has it? I feel like it's been a lot of behind the computer slow motion time, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you
I feel like you do a lot.
I try.
So you have this comedic approach to financial education. Tell me a bit about how you got started and how that all developed.
Yeah. So it might be helpful to know what I'm up to. My projects that I have a couple irons in the fire, so to speak. The Dumpster Dog blog, like you mentioned. But that focuses on financial education for young women, using comedy as the primary educational tool. But it's think like scrappy, no bullshit finance education, no inspirational quotes, no garbage, no news. It's just the information that you need to know to successfully get through life. Invested Development is actually my company. It's also the name of the speaking and the seminars that I do. Which I generally do for women's groups or sororities or universities. I also do corporate speaking. That's the majority of my speaking, where I get up and I teach you everything you need to know about investing. Give me 3 hours, shove it all down your throat. Try to make it as palatable, as funny, as interesting as possible, which is a challenge, right? But
Yeah.
with both, the ethos and my whole goal is we all know that there is a certain amount of financial information that you have to know, really, to get through life successfully. You have to know it, unless you have some other really sneaky plan. Maybe your plan is to, ride some 93-year-old oil baron's dick until his heart explodes, and you get that inheritance money.
That's one way.
Which respect, if that's your game. But for those of us that don't take advantage of that particular path that is available to us, there is this set amount of information that you do need to know, and my goal is to try to make it slightly less terrible, which like shoot for the moon, I guess. But in general, the reason that I got into this is so I worked in finance. I worked for an investment management firm in San Francisco. I did that for 6 years. Basically, my job was talking to old rich white guys all day and hand holding them and letting them bitch to me about all their money. And so I got to a point where I was like, well, this is never really what I signed up for. I just needed a job out of college. So I bailed out of there, left, traveled for a while. And I thought I was going to leave finance altogether. I was like, I don't want to talk about money. This is not my dream. But while I was traveling, I was kind of like, you know what? Like I have spent the last 6 years helping all of my girlfriends learn all of this information because I happen to be the one that was working in the industry. And so maybe my work here isn't done. And so I decided to come back to Portland. Even though I'm from Portland, I'm newly back to Portland to work on these projects and to focus on educating young women in a way that's like a little bit new and different, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's hard though.
But new and different is your approach, and you have something specific to March that you're doing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yes. So I call it dumpster dogging, but it's a no spend March. So I'm not spending any money for the entire month. So I mean, that's not necessarily true. I'll buy groceries. I am going to eat. It's not about starving myself. It's not about crushing austerity. I've said this before. It's, I'm not going to go spend money at bars unless some fine ass man want to go out with me, and then I'm going to do it, right? It's not about cutting yourself off from things that you really want to do or that are special, but it is about stepping away from the consumerist machine. And so it's all groceries, all drinks at home, no shopping, no beauty, no Ubers, no trendy workout classes, none of that. And it's just save as much money as you can. It's kind of like the financial equivalent of like a juice cleanse or something.
Yeah. A total detox.
Yeah, okay, yeah, like Sober January. I was trying to think of Sober January, but I was like, what's the name of that thing I never do? Sober January. And so part of what I'm doing on my Facebook and on the blog is encouraging you throughout the month to do it with me, even if it's not a whole month, but taking a week. I mean, the reality is we are bombarded with consumerist messages all of the time. And what we're trying to avoid is looking back on the month. You can look back on a month and be like, oh, I didn't really do anything. I didn't really spend any money. And then you open up your bank account and you're like, holy fucking shit. And why? It's because spending is so frictionless. It's so easy. We do it mindlessly so many times in a day that it's just about trying to quell some of that and trying to actually harness that energy into the things that I actually want to do, like actually make money running my business, actually reaching young people, being creative, focusing on my art, focusing on me. And one way to do that is just to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not a consumer this month.
I think that's a dope approach. Just having a new perspective on how you spend your money. Amanda, I think you're super inspiring. I hope this is just a taste of what people could find when they go to your speeches or the blog. Tell my audience a bit how they could find you on social media.
Sure. So Dumpster Dog blog is definitely the home base. You can find everything there. On Instagram and on Twitter, I'm Dumpster Doggy. Now, my business is Invested Development, so my Facebook page is Invested Development, which I know is very confusing, but I can even link to it in the
comments below.
Yeah, wherever the comments are going to end up going in Facebook Live. So obviously read the blog, always interact with the blog if you have questions about anything. I'm doing it to answer questions for people. Like, you have access to somebody that worked in the industry for years, so if you ever have any questions, you want to reach out, please let me know. And if anybody works for a business and you want them to pay to bring me in, which is a much cheaper than hiring your own personal financial advisor, the Invested Development talks are super fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Amanda, for coming in.
Thank you.
Marvin, take us away. Yeah. So we have our local sponsors. I'm super excited, but it's kind of like a weaning process. I've got to get rid of the national sponsors. So I'm going to show my last piece that was just submitted by State Farm. Kyle, take it away.
Echo, I'm in position. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We having problems with the toilet?
Get over here.
What's up? Is this a surprise party?
Shh, I need you to shut the fuck up, Alex.
Okay,
Red Eagle's in position. Take my hand.
sure.
I don't want to keep hurting you, but you're of no help to me. Would you like to call your little daughter before we kill you?
Sure. What time is it? She should be getting out of recess.
If it's noon, 12 o'clock p.m.
Perfect. Did you give her a call?
All right, so you help us, we help you. That is how this works, right?
You want help?
I love help.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
Oh, great. I love secrets. They're my favorite thing in the whole fucking world.
You're not gonna like it.
Oh, I think I'll love it.
He's not gonna like it.
Oh, he'll love it more than I will. He loves secrets.
Yeah. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nobody move or I blow this fucking State Farm agent's head off. I will fucking do it. Don't fucking tempt me.
Hope your policy covers holes in your face.
Oh, it's a good one.
I know. He's dead. That's right, buddy. They're dead. All right. How do we do this? What's the like a good
neighbor,
State Farm is there.
In my office.
God damn, my house band is amazing! Sexy Marvin and the Extraterrestrial, y'all. Ah, I fucking love it, Marvin. You're fantastic. Guys, I'm excited to introduce to you my next guest. He's a great friend of mine, and a very talented musical artist, as you will soon see. Coming to the stage, Araj.
Hello, everybody. So, this is not typically what I do. I do dress out very often, but I don't play the acoustic guitar in front of many people. It's usually reserved for small parties, intimate get-togethers. So this is, I thought was pretty similar, or I would expected it to. One thing about Portland is the humidity. Gotta love the humidity. I came to Portland about 3 years ago. I am originally from Mexico, so I think you will get to taste that the most in what I play today. But I think living here has shown me a lot about myself and how I interact with a lot of people. Helps me adjust to this world a little bit better, I think. So I wrote a song about it when I first was moving here and kind of perfected it once I got here. I call it Rain, but it's in Spanish, so the proper name is Lluvia.
Ya me cansé mirando fuera. Ya es muy tarde para pensar. Podría ser que tomo demasiado. Podría ser que no dejo de fumar. Pero llegó la lluvia y me quito lo cansado y perdido que estoy. Pero llegó la lluvia. Y se quedó. Sí, igual, siempre jugamos con fuego, pero esta vez ardió más de lo usual. Tal vez ya es hora de empezar de nuevo y dejar de mirar hacia atrás. Falta poco para que me vaya de este desierto, armado con un mapa y el anhelo por viajar. Al fin podré escapar de esta sociedad tan injusta. Pero llegó la lluvia, me llenó el alma tan vacía que está. Pero llegó la lluvia, me quitó lo cansado y perdido que estoy. Pero llegó la lluvia. Y se quedó.
This other one that I have for you. I never really know how to start.
What? Where do I begin? You've left me here alone, but not for lack of trying. You planned it all along. I wish I would have known sooner what you had in store for me before before I knew it, I'd been framed for a crime I did not commit. Sure, you did a lot for me, but it doesn't justify the bruises that you left behind. I didn't deserve to be treated as if I was just another one of those faces in the crowd. Made me believe the time you gave me was well worth it, but for you it wasn't me doing it.
Thank you so much for coming in. Let my audience know where they could find you on social media.
Oh, not very easily, but currently Instagram under the same name. Kind of hard to spell a little bit, but I made it intentionally that way. AAURAJ. Doesn't really represent anything but the strangeness that it is being a human being in this world. Oh yeah, SoundCloud. You can find me there. And Bandcamp. Okay, so those three would be the best. Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Instagram.
Thank you so much for coming in. Guys, that's another episode for you. I can't believe we did it. We're here. We're live. Everybody come on stage. Everybody come on stage. Come on out. Everybody, let's come on stage. This is all such a blessing. I want to give another thank you to Mad Hippie. A thank you to Abbey Creek for supporting this mission. We're here to showcase the creative entrepreneurs, the creative artists, and musicians here in Portland. We've got an endless supply, and we're just getting started. So thank you everybody for coming out. This has been another episode. We're out, guys. Peace.